morning to one and all. Yes, Dr. Pranav Sharma and Mr. Amit Singh at this wonderful seminar for today.
Am I audible? Loud and clear? First of all, I'll start with the rituals or कहेवाय के रिवाज प्रमाणे thank office bearers of this. Thank भाई sir, Dr. Gargi, Dr. कल्पिता Jendra Bhai Patel, Hansi, all the dignitaries I missed. Thank all the AMA for giving the opportunity to talk to you, and it will be an interactive session. Let me tell you, not here to lecture any of you, because I can already see so many faces that are very senior to me who have given their life into this branch, and ગુજરાતના લોકોને એન્ટરપ્રિનરશિપ ના શીખવાડવાની હોય બરાબર છે. Gujarat has taught entrepreneurship to the whole world. We were the first to reach Africa, we were the first to reach the North Africa, first to reach America, first to reach Canada. We have created massive and big entrepreneurs there. They are now actually feeding the country. So we are here with some knowledge which we have acquired over the last 10 years. And I have worked in the administrative field for 10 years and entrepreneurship field in the last 3 years. Whatever I have learned, there are some insights which we will be sharing. And let me tell you, some of these things will be counterintuitive to you. તમને એવું લાગશે કે આવું થોડું હોય, પણ mind me, please take it in stride, try to implement in your practice. You will see that you will get wonderful results, because we have seen it tried and tested. Around 5,000 doctors we have helped already, and we have real live experience or natural experience of these things. So take it in your stride, try it, and see if it works for you. Also, I want here to mention that it is not for everybody. Entrepreneurship is not everybody's cup of tea, but you should know the skills. એમાં શું થાય છે કે ઘણી વખત આપણને એવું લાગે મારથી નહીં થાય. When you see the details, આટલું તો થઈ જશે. Basically, I'll not say that people who are doing a job or people who are doing a government service, they are not doing a good job. Entrepreneurship is something special. No, it is not like that. But if you have an entrepreneurial zeal, at least you should try once. Why? Because once you are in the later part of your career, એવું ના લાગવું જોઈએ કે યાર એક વખત ટ્રાય કર્યો તો સારું રહે. Right? So let me understand the crowd. So how many people are actually thinking or in their mind to start a new setup or a hospital? Raise your hand. બંધ કરશો? દેખાશે લોકો. 5 મિનિટ. હા, 2 મિનિટ માટે. બસ 3. પાછળ વધારે છે તો પાછળ વધારે હોય ને તો એ લોકો આગળ આવી જાઓ. ઇટ ઇઝ હાઈ ટાઈમ દેટ યુ બીકમ અ વીઆઈપી નાઉ. વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ પર્સન કોણ તમને કહેશે? આપણે પહેલાં આપણને પોતા જાતને કહેવું પડે કે આઈ એમ અ વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ પર્સન, દેન આઈ બીકમ અ વીઆઈપી. યુ ડોન્ટ માઇન્ડ, પ્લીઝ કમ અહેડ. આપણે આખો હોલ નથી ભરવાનો, જેટલા છે એમાંથી મેક્સિમમ કાઢવાનું છે. રાઈટ? પ્લીઝ કમ અહેડ. I used to do it in my lectures also. My MBBS and MS MCH training program. First row ખાલી નહીં છોડવાની. Nobody is more VIP than you. Right? How many people have their setup and they are having issues or maybe day-to-day problems running the setup? Hand? Yes, there are a few. Yeah. So we'll be dealing with both the parts. My talk or my whole today's exercise is actually aimed at dealing with both these problems. And the third also part is there. How many people are there who have actually done practice for so many years and now you want to give it to somebody else and take a very, very honorable exit from your work. Like that, yeah, there is that. That is called succession planning. So succession planning, so in the whole trajectory of a doctor's career, right from the inception or maybe MBBS પતે MS પતે MD પતે પછી we think કે આપણે કંઈ 2-3 વર્ષનું કંઈક ક્યાંક શીખી લઈએ અને પછી we will start a practice. From there, thinking stage, your mindset, then learning the essential skills and going on to finding sources of investment or money to start the setup. Then comes your own regulations or regulatory bodies. Then running it ethically and profitably, very important. How to extend or grow and how to pass it on to somebody else. The whole trajectory, there are so many steps. At all the steps we can help you. Right? With all your permission, I'll start the presentation now. Are you ready? હજુ થોડા બીજા આવે એનું રાહ જોઈ છે. રાહ એટલે બહુ નહીં જોવાની, જે લોકો આવ્યા છે ને એ લોકોનું પછી સન્માન ના રહે. આટલા લોકો જે આપણને ઓનર કરે છે અને આપણે બીજાનો વેઇટ કરતા રહીએ તો આ લોકો ગાણા થોડા છે આ સવારના આવીને બેઠા છે. રાઈટ? should always value who has come to you. This is the first message. બે પેશન્ટ આવે ને આપણે એવું વિચારીએ કે 10 પેશન્ટ આવશે ત્યારે સારું થશે. પહેલાં 2 આવે ને તો 2ને 100% આપવાનું. They deserve your 100%. Right? So, now all of you must be having a folder. That folder has 4 things. It has a pen, it has a rough pad. So take your rough pad and pen out and keep taking notes. Because there are so many things which you will forget once you leave from this place. I want you to go, these things to go with you.
Also, it will help you ask questions on the topics which we after the session. On whenever there is a topic, note down the ask towards the end.
Keep noting the questions and then in the end we'll answer all of them. Then there are 2-3 forms, we'll tell you when to use it. And also we have I'll tell you in course of time whatever we are going to. So AMA has given us this opportunity to reach out to all of you. Thankful for that. So associate Doctorpreneur Academy. We are presenting here successful Doctorpreneur blueprint. Right? There is a blueprint which we'll be sharing with you. You can use it, the benefit out of it. So I am Dr. Pranav. I had done MBBS from Karamsad Medical College. Then I went to do MS in MC. I did MCH in cardiac surgery from All India Institute. So I've been through the journey of starting in a rural medical college, yes, then the state's best college in Ahmedabad, then India's best college in. After that, I did some also. I'll tell you during the course of time as I have progressed in my life. My partner is Amit. He's done from IIM Ahmedabad, one of the most prestigious, and engineering from IIT Roorkee. So we two have come together, form this Doctorpreneur. What we want is we want to empower the doctors to become independent entrepreneurs. Empower એટલે એમાં કંઈ body building નથી કરવાની. Just want to give you some nuggets. You already know everything, but we just want to highlight them. We want to put the spotlight on these things. That this is more important. This is what is the agenda for today? Who is a doctorpreneur? We're discussing that. Why it is challenging. What has changed and why now? And there are 3 mind blocks everybody has. I also had. Find a solution to that. Fight or flight. ઘણી વખત આપણે પ્રોબ્લેમ આવે ફાઇટ કરીએ, ઘણી વખત ફાઇટ ફ્લાય કરી નાખીએ. હવે ત્રીજું બી આવ્યું છે ફ્રીઝ. આમાં નથી લખ્યું, હું કહું છું. કોઈ બી પરિસ્થિતિ આવે ને આપણે ત્યાં તેમ ચોંટી જઈએ. Can't do anything. And there are 3 mantras for success in this fast changing world. Sharing that. And tell you the brief about our academy, what we do. And if you get time, છેલ્લે ટાઈમ વધશે ને તો 2 ટોપિક હું ડિસ્કસ કરીશ. હોસ્પિટલ ખોલવું હોય તો કઈ રીતે યુ કેન ડિસાઇડ ધ લોકેશન. વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ બિકોઝ ઇટ ઇઝ અ મેક એન્ડ બ્રેક. ખોટી જગ્યાએ ખોલી ગયો તો પછી મથ્યા કરો તો એમાંથી નીકળે નહીં. So if it is time will permit, we will discuss. And second thing is medical equipment planning. A lot of money goes in that, and if you actually don't plan it well, it'll be a big burden. What we believe is that hospital chalu karta sauthi important hai. Fact is that you start a lean and mean machine. Don't try to spend and think of a world state of art. State of art is for art. A hospital, it has to be lean and mean machine. It will give you profit from the day zero. At least you will break even in 6 months, and you can successfully get the profits after 6 to 1 year. And then Q&A. Q&A, we are doing webinars almost every week, and half of the time goes in the Q&A. We'll spare some time for Q&A also. Now, what is a doctorpreneur, or who is a doctorpreneur? Simple language, a doctor. So what I call myself a doctor, and he is an entrepreneur. So he teaches some things, I teach some things to him. If a person has both the knowledge in his armamentarium, then the chances of success becomes more. Now, why entrepreneur and not a businessman? He said that it is a healthcare business. But I differ. See, the patients have become consumers, right? How many believe that patients have become consumers? They have started now all kind of consumer activity and case and medical legal stuff. There are also agents or touts who will tell, "हमने नहीं मरी compensation हुआ पाओ चलो." There भी घना agency खुली गई है. So they have become the consumers. So we have to become entrepreneur at least, not a businessman. What is a businessman? Businessman will think about money. Money is his core priority. But entrepreneur is a problem solving is his core priority. In that, you have to be equipped with some of the business knowledge. That we will be sharing it with you. Only doctor is not enough in this changing era. Because earlier doctor was God. Now God ने भी परिभाषा बदलाई गई है. Now doctor has to be an entrepreneur. And entrepreneur skills are no more optional. We believe that whatever we have created in this Doctorpreneur Academy is kind of a finishing school for doctors. This is the essential knowledge which we don't impart to our students, their MBBS curriculum, MS curriculum, or MCH curriculum. We are equipped with all the kind of skills. કોઈને બી આપણે પાડી દઈએ નોલેજ ના એમાં આવે તો પણ જ્યાં બિઝનેસ સેન્સમાં વાત કરવાની આવે અથવા તો જ્યારે પૈસાની વાત આવે તો હાથમાં થોડા વેટ હેન્ડ થઈ જાય. આ પૈસાનું કરવું શું અથવા આ પૈસા આયા કેવી રીતે, કે હવે પૈસા આવશે કઈ રીતે, રાઈટ? દે આર નો મોર ઓપ્શનલ, દે આર અ પાર્ટ ઓફ યોર skills now. Now why it is challenging? Tell you. This slide is very important. See, if you see here, first important is policy makers. પદ્ધતિ આવી ગયા, સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ એન્ડ સ્ટેટ ગવર્મેન્ટ. સમટાઈમ્સ હમણાં છેલ્લે તો થોડી હેલ્પ કરે છે, પણ ઘણા ટાઈમ દે આર ધ મેઇન policy maker, or sometimes they act as a police. Right? Then comes, hello sir, what is that? And then comes the providers. There are hospitals and clinics and lab and wellness centers. There is jagah there khud ke na ghus ke they have all these centers. Then we have allied entities. There are TPA and health tech companies. They are also coming up in a big way. Then we have us, that is hospital professionals, modern medicine, Ayush, the practitioner. We keep fighting among one another. Ayush આ નથી કરવાનું, તમારે medicine modern નહીં કરવાની, modern medicine વાળા કહે કે તમે Ayush નહીં કરો. Then there are non-profit organizations. Non નીકળી ગયું છે, બધા profit organization જ છે આજકાલ. And then there are still regulator, right? There are program manager. So this is kind of a chakravyu. This chakravyu, આપણે અભિમન્યુ છે, સર ગુસ્સા આવડે છે, બહાર નીકળતા નથી આવડતું. That is where we fall, where we go wrong. એના પછી people what they expect, or government what they expect is healthcare should be efficient, it has to be effective, accessible, affordable, timely આપો. કેમ આટલે મોડું થયું, ડૉક્ટરને આવો કેમ વાર લાગે છે આટલી બધી, ઇન્ક્લુઝિવ હોવું જોઈએ, સેફ હોવું જોઈએ. ક્યાંથી થાય હશે? What actually happens, what all things come to us, the corporate onslaught. Okay, advertising is not allowed. then changing technology. થોડા દિવસમાં લીધી અને એપલનો નવો વર્ઝન આવે એ રીતે નવા HMI આવી ગયો માર્કેટ. Then no hand holding. નવો ઓર્થોપેડિક સર્જન તમારી પાસે આવે, સર મને થોડું ગાઈડ કરો ને, તો પહેલી લાઈન શું કહેવાની? સર આ બ્રાન્ચમાં કોઈ ફ્યુચર જ નથી, બરાબર કે નહીં? રેડિયોલોજીસ્ટ આવે તો કે ખોલું છું સાહેબ, મને કહો ને કઈ મશીન લેવાની? અરે છોડ, આ બધું છોડ, તું શેર માર્કેટમાં પૈસા નાખ, જોબ કર. તો દે વિલ ડિસ્કરેજ. રાધર દેન આના સિવાય તમે બીજા બધા બ્રાન્ચીસમાં જોશો ને, ઇટ્સ લિટલ બિટ મોર કોહરન્સ, બિકોઝ નેચરલી આર કોમ્પિટિટર. સામે ગલ્લો ખોલીને બેસી જશે, પછી મારા પેશન્ટ એ જ લઈ જશે. પણ એવું નથી હોતું. લોટ ઓફ સ્પેસ અંડર ધ બ્લુ સન, બ્લુ સ્કાય, there is a blue ocean, but we don't realize how to take the advantage of it, take it on a merit. अपनी हालत અત્યારે આવી છે, ये कहाँ आ गए हम, राइट? ना चलने के बाद सर्वाइव कई રીતે કરશું? A brief introduction of myself, like don't know about me. I'm Dr. Sharma. After that, I did 2 degrees of management, also 1 law and 1 management. So I was a professor of cardiac surgery, medical administrator of UN Mehta. For last 10 years, I was in UN Mehta. I learned most of my things about entrepreneurship and business and administration from that place only. I was diagnosed with young onset Parkinsonism disease in 30 years of age. When I was at my peak of career, in MBBS, MS and MCH, I was gold medalist. I did a cardiac surgery training from All India Institute of Medical Science. I was at my peak of career. ત્યાંથી તો પછી લોન્ચ પેડ જ હોય, ઉપર જ જવાનું. But what happened was I was diagnosed with a Parkinsonism. And that was not easy. I tell you, આમાં હીરો જ્યારે પોતાની વાર્તા કહેતો હોય ને, તો કે આ પછી મેં આમ કર્યું, તેમ કર્યું, આમ કર્યું. It was not an easy time. There was very difficult to the branch which was most passionate about. I wanted to live that life for whole. But life doesn't decide sometimes for you. The circumstances decide. And sometimes I feel that things are so bad, I will tell you. जैसे रात को टाइम पर આપણે કરવટ બદલીએ ને, it's also very luxury. So the disease very fast for me, and I was struggling. So initial part of the disease was like I changed dexterity. I started from the right hand. I started shaking. So I changed into left-handed. I'm a left-handed surgeon. I operated for 2 years. And I thought something somewhere was not right. I did a career transaction. I came into hospital administration. I will thank Dr. R.K. Patel for that, because he guided me. Told me कि आप एक काम कर, तू एक management में कर ले. You're a professor already. Now I'll take you in administration. थोड़ा tough છે साहब, पर પછી શીખવા બહુ મળ્યું. Then I had to take a leap of faith and undergo deep brain surgery. So I Bombay. Because what was happening was the disease was so fast progressing that the side effects of these 10 to 12 pills that I was taking were worse than the disease also. I said all those chorea and all those side effects of that. I thought, let us go for a surgery. Then when I was actually recovery phase, surgery went fantastically. I almost had a rebirth after my neurosurgery. So when it was happening, the rebirth was there. I thought, what is my soul and what is my purpose, or what is my motto of life? It cannot be just cardiac surgery and doing operating a day and then going home. I was not made up for that. I had to do something else. What should I be doing? The healthcare professionals helped me all throughout my career. Nobody thinks about them. So I thought, Ani mate mare karu જોઈએ. That is when Amit came into my life. Thought that, okay, whatever I was doing, hospital consultancy, digital way. We have found a solution now. There are almost 5,000 doctors on our platform. Most of them are outside Gujarat. There are so many from Ahmedabad also. Some of them are from Gujarat, but still we have people in Ranikhet, in Ladakh. There are hospitals which are opening in South, hospital in the east of Chhattisgarh and Ambikapur, and almost every Sunday we are talking to 500 odd doctors. Right? This was my rebirth. Then I was in UN Mehta for 10 years, and then I worked there for 10 years also. But then I thought that I'll have to have something little less stress. And પછી મેં સાહેબને કીધું કે સાહેબ હવે please give me, I want to start on my own. And then he said, okay, as you wish. That is when we started as a Doctorpreneur Academy. My introduction, I'll like Amit to introduce himself.
Audible? Morning, everybody. Why entrepreneur, not business? I want to answer. What is the difference between entrepreneur? You will the mic. What's the why we are talking about entrepreneur? Not anybody can answer. Like whatever comes to mind. Let's be interactive. It will not be a monologue. It will be just a dialogue, very informal. Okay, entrepreneur. What? Yeah, what? Yeah, sir, please take a mic.
Businessman thinks of profit and loss, while
Okay.
things beyond that, that is career and future.
But entrepreneur is also thinking of profit. Without profit,
Beyond
nothing
that,
happens. What is that beyond that? You are on right track, sir. But
That
what
is
is that?
beyond
Okay. Yes, sir.
Entrepreneur is the person who earns himself and also get the chances, give the chances to the other persons, incorporate with him and earn for them also.
Yeah. You will hand over the mic.
Entrepreneur wants to identify a problem in society and by solving that problem and making converting that thing into the business, and then he will earn the money. Whereas businessman, there is some established business and you can run it. So that's the difference.
For entrepreneur, primary all a problem. Primary thing money, not the primary thing, the byproduct.
Byproduct.
And you earn it, you whatever has to be unique so that you can have a revenue stream out, so that everybody can benefit in the stream.
Whole ecosystem. Perfect. House. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes.
Businessman is about his own self, while entrepreneur is at the society, gets opportunity self who are working with him and people in the society for each the entrepreneur.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All answers are on the track and right. Anybody understand from where this entrepreneur word has to the origin of this word? Right? A lot of people not be aware of this. Entrepreneur came from Indian Sanskrit word. Indian, like Antar Atma. That is where people say entrepreneur. Now Latin has and then and that has now become fashionable in last 20 startup ecosystem started. Okay, so the basic and an entrepreneur as you for more profit, and entrepreneurship about profit. Without profit, none of us can sustain. That first mindset has to be
maybe healthcare, maybe in a juncture where social service and entrepreneurship or profit making combine, and that is where the problem happens in our mindset of the doctors community, whether to earn money or whether to serve people, what to do, what not to do. That is a different one topic we talk a lot of about the mindset. The entrepreneur is also of, but as far as beyond it, how I can solve a problem and actually help people a different life. कभी कभी अगर अगर ऐसा ज़रूरत पड़ा कि मुझे सर्विस देनी है, तो वो भी मैं करूँगा because it is my passion, right? For you it's very relevant for doctors because there will be some situation where some people may not be able to, and once in a while you have to let it go. This man cannot do it because after profit, the system ecosystem, and there is nothing wrong in as very strong and profit making capitalist and all, but pure social market नहीं run करता, ना आपका घर run करेगा ना किसी को. That means profit, but with service, that is what, and leave a legacy much beyond yourself. But a company which after you also, then is a entrepreneur. Always because you guys are talented, work towards that goal, a legacy lifespan, then I can assure like out of 1,000 doctors, hundreds can be developed generation, right? That's a one point which I wanted to focus on. Coming just for the introduction, my name is, I've done B. I am Ahmedabad. I have 12 plus year corporate experience. I started as an IT engineer. I worked in Intel, DRDO. I was scientist in DRDO defense. Joined Power Grid as a telecom. Then after 9 or 10 years, then I did a MBA from Ahmedabad with 5 a kid was here in Ahmedabad. Did a 2-year MBA program, which normally fresher or 2 did, but I did some commitment with myself, with my dear ones, and I wanted to do that. I did something very. I did a program. Then I joined Yes Bank as a vice president. But after Yes Bank, I was not happy in that job. That 10 years of period after IIT, I did four different jobs, and somewhere I realized that job was not that as I'm looking, and that is why I'm making jumps. And suddenly one day I realized that I have to make. So I authored a book also that is called Black Book about the MBA for kids, students who are going to colleges. Then I had a very dark phase. I just want to talk about around 2008-12. I went to a period of, and that is after by timely death up, and then, but in between I got married. I stopped to Power Grid, and and then 2012 when I decided I should my life, and then I did on 2013, and that has actually helped me come out of the lot of other. On 13 I arrived in wife, and I gave a TEDx talk in of 2006. I've joined lot of before this startup. We are already doing a couple of startup earlier. First one was complete disaster, was good. Then Doctorpreneur was vision. So this is about. So why we are talking about healthcare right now? What has changed? Why now? How the landscape has changed? Why it is so important to talk about entrepreneurship? So COVID pandemic is one of the biggest fear, the healthcare. Otherwise, because of government and the public perception, not so much. Also, if how many people understand startup unicorn? Understand, right? Unicorn is one person whose the valuation of that startup is more than 1 billion. Okay, valuation, not the actual value. Okay, valuation. So how many unicorns in a startup ecosystem of health? Any idea? Just random guess. As we already crossed 32 unicorns as of now. Yeah, out of 32 unicorns, how many from healthcare? Sorry, there is one. Okay, one. So this is the real cost. Out of 35 unicorns, a lot of other who are coming up. Maybe by the end of this year, we might cross 50. Then there is here and discuss a lot of things about that. Then pharmacy. Out of 32, can you understand the problem, the healthcare ecosystem, the imbalance it has? Out of 32, I don't know that there is any healthcare startup which is. And COVID has changed. Okay? COVID has changed that. It has changed the rule of game. Government support. Suddenly, government had understood. Okay, I think a lot of senior people are here and have seen it is what kind of support got from government and what kind of environment right now have a government. It's like tectonics. पहले तो कोई focus, not a single penny like expenditure is bottom. The 5 core primary sector of the health. One more. Out of that 5 core health was the minimum because there was government doesn't have the priority and even the public doesn't care about that, and that has COVID has actually. And because government has started putting money, public private investment, lot of, if you right now, if you Adani has a plan to get a big venture in healthcare. Adani already have, Reliance already have, Bajaj has started their healthcare, and a lot of startup, lot of big houses has come because government start putting, and so whenever government start pushing some domain, private investors jump in. Then public awareness about their health, and one is public awareness because of the COVID again, and there is a rising middle class. We can spend money on their well-being rather than on just on sick. That is a positive factor for us. Acceptance by you. अगर 4 साल पहले कोई आपके पास चाहता कि ये कैसे कैसे करना है कंप्यूटर में ऐसे, it's difficult for to convince a doctor to shift mode of working. But now people are, that is why you are here also. On Sunday we are talking to 500 doctors. That means you are open to, and that is very, very good positive sign. Policymakers, public at large, Pranav sir has told me that till 2020 March, there was no guidelines for telemedicine, right? Telemedicine was going in a draft for 3 years, maybe 5 years, draft. When the COVID struck, within 1 month, that guidelines. That is a kind of push. Healthcare, if COVID has not happened, healthcare, the kind of healthcare that might have taken 10 years has actually done in. So that is.
Medicine did not. ISRO was struggling since last 25 years. हर जगह जाके उन्होंने 3 months guidelines out.
That has moved the policy that the inertia has gone. That is very, very big thing. If you right now see, there are so enablers. You have a strong demand because, as I said, public awareness is there. They are okay to spend. Then rising middle class. If economy is rising, without healthcare sector growing, not rise, right? Strong demand, attractive opportunity rising. There are a lot of manpowers available. If you comment, one lot of hospitals upcoming will be can have manpower and policies. As I told, is unprecedented. The, the kind of support have at the state, at the central level, unprecedented. The new can get MSME. 1 years ago, healthcare was not even in the MSME. Now you can have all the benefits of starting a small 10 bed. There are big jumps which had possible because what has happened in last. And reflected in coming budget and last year for that, we are at the right now we are what, 0.5%. Was less than 1.8 for COVID. We are 2.5% of the GDP, around 8%, which is what developed country had. And you just understand the 5 trillion economy, out of that 8% healthcare. So kind of coming the healthcare unprecedented. Last 30-40 years not seen. And that kind of a lot of that is whenever that purpose have to habit with hands and or prepared mind can, and you can every 30 days, months, something which is, that is why we are virtual the opportunity a mega scale. Up to us how we can fit and the process serve lot of people, and that is the how our idea can lot of people, and then we are unable to help people. It's up to us that we can grab this. Then what is stopping us? What is, if we understand this, that okay, opportunity is still, why we are not doing what required? There are mind blocks. Now, sir, talk in. That is very, very important. I have any question, write it down, answer all that. So whenever there is, and write it down.
So this was the business sense. And it's some. Uh, there are mind blocks, but before that, I want to discuss that there is competition among infrastructure, which is already we can see in different state governments. It has happened, and it is a good thing, but it has come on only in the last decade. People are now competing for हमारे state में road अच्छे हैं, आपके state में road अच्छे हैं, and that has channelized in some way. I believe that the coming decade is for the okay. That we can already see. Telling him हमने इतने medical college खोल दिया है. He is almost trying on the healthcare thing to. It has already gone in Punjab. There will be competition in the healthcare among the state governments also. We'll have almost doctors in every district, but don't get feared by that. આટલા બધા ડોક્ટર થઈ જશે તો આપણે શું કરશું? એવું નથી. આટલા બધા પેશન્ટ છે એ લોકોને ટ્રીટમેન્ટ નથી પહોંચતું. Have more and more scope, and I can actually foresee a time when have a shortage of doctor. Still, if they have so much infrastructure, they have shortage of doctors. When having so many medical colleges. Now, there are some mind blocks which are faced by us when it comes to fear of failure. Can I do it? So let me tell you, 1,001 doctors, that is what we have right now. Scope is humongous and unprecedented. If you have many two doctors for the patient, very difficult to fail. And you have to work hard to fail, right? Only thing is that you should strategize properly. You have to make a lean hospital setup, a clinic setup. Don't unnecessarily spend on things that are not required right now. There has to be a must have, there is a good to have. To understand that. Whatever is written in the book, you don't have to buy that instrument. If you're not using it in 2-3 days in a year, then you can always hire it from somebody. Just to show off that हमारे पास instrument, that the whole budget will skyrocket and then you are under the EMI load, then you start doing wrong things. That is what we want to prevent. We take those things which are really important right now, then start working. Start small. નાનું હશે ને તો પણ પોતાનું હશે ને તો it will work for you. Slowly it will grow. First day, see, your dream project is not your first project. First project is a stepping stone. Don't think that મારે આટલું મોટું state of art direct બનાવી દેવું છે. એ ચાલશે કઈ રીતે? Right? That you have to keep in. And some people say કે risk averse એટલે risk તો થોડી લેવી જ પડે. I will just give an example. In my MBBS times, there were 2-3 toppers. I will not take the name, but they are actually struggling still in the corporate world, doing a job and thinking, what is the aim of their life? There was another my friend who was a backbencher kind of a person, बहुत difficultly pass થતો હતો. છેલ્લે એક્ઝામના ટાઈમ પર એ મારી પાસે નોટ્સ લેવા આવે, બીજે બધી ફ્રી કરે અને finally just passed. He just passed every time. Right? Today he is having 3 hospitals in Surat. There is a comparison. He is a risk taker. Take calculated risk. He is now flourishing. 3 hospitals starting to open 4th soon. And those rankers are still struggling in Delhi in one of the corporates. So you have to take some risk. At the same time, we are becoming in our comfort zone. 14-15 years we study and we should first do no harm. Right? Hippocrates oath. Our mind or our subconscious take it in such a way, first take no risk. Right? I am happy and comfortable in this life. મારે બહુ કરવું નથી. This is hypocrisy. આપણે બધાએ કરવું હોય છે, બધાને કહેવું છે કે કરવું નથી. This mindset you should change. Second is there is no proper professional guidance. I just explained na, when some new boy is coming up telling કે સર આમાંથી અર્થોમાં કંઈ જેવા છે ત્યારે આમાં જ નથી, બ્રાન્ચમાં કંઈ મજા જ નથી. જ્યારે મારી પાસે લોકો આવતા હતા કાર્ડિયક સર્જરી ફ્યુચર જ નથી. મેં કીધું પેશન હોય બધું ફ્યુચર બી મળી જાય અને એટ ધ ટોપ there is always વેકેન્સી. એ નથી હોતી વેકેન્સી. મહેનત કરો તો ના મળે, પણ if you work really hard, the top of the mountain there is always a good place for everybody who wants to work hard. And how many times you will go to other person and ask, બતાવો હવે આમાં ઇન્ટિરિયરમાં શું કરવું, ફર્નિચર કેવું લાવવું. That person is also bogged out. રોજ ક્યાં આવી જાય. Sometimes what happens, even misguide you. That creates a relationship માં ખટાશ આવી જાય ને, આને યાર બરાબર ગાઈડ ના કર્યું આપણે, બરાબર ના કર્યું. And then there had to be long-term hand-holding. First year, people who are having their hospitals, they realize, they also agree with my statement that first year is a crucial year. If you are managing in first year, by hook or crook, second year is little easier. Then then it flows, right? The first year you need some hand-holding. Get a good mentor, get a good guidance, get a good help. Then you're through. It's just like આપણે એમસી વાળા ઝાડ લગાવે છે ને આજુબાજુ પેલી કવરિંગ જેવું હોય છે, એ હાઇટ ક્રોસ કરી જાય પછી વાંધો નથી આવતો, પછી નથી લગાવવું પડતું. So first year is very critical, but we don't help in that.
I invite Dr. Paresh Mazumdar sir, the president of the Gujarat State Branch of Indian, and has specially come all the way from Baroda this seminar. I invite him to felicitate Dr. Sharma. And I invite our very own president of the Ahmedabad Medical Association, Dr. Dilip Gadhvi sir, to please come and felicitate Mr. Amit Mogan.
અમિતથી થોડો ડૉક્ટર બની ગયો. वो फ़ोन कर रहे हैं कि अमित सर से बात करना है, डॉक्टर अमित हैं क्या? हाँ सर।
Morning, friends. On behalf of Ahmedabad Medical Association, I welcome Dr. Majbudar, our Gujarat State President. As discussed on all of you are very much contented. I would like to on your notice that we are saying that we are 1,000 patient and one doctor, but these are the figures. Actual, so you will get only one MBBS, but you will get 100 BM. આંકડાની માયાજાળ છે બતાવે છે ને આપણને આટલા પેશન્ટમાં આટલા ડૉક્ટર છે આમાં જેટલા જનરલ પ્રેક્ટિશનર છે સાહેબ ફિઝિશિયન તો તમારી આજુબાજુમાં કેટલા BMS પેશન્ટ માટે તો લાલ ચોકડી જ ખબર છે ત્યારે જો આપણે જ્યારે વાત કરી આંકડાની માયાજાળ છે બજેટની જેવું છે ને રૂપિયો ક્યાંથી આવે છે ખબર પડે કેટલી ક્યાં જતો રહે છે ને આપણને ખબર જ નથી કોરોનાના ગયા પછી કહેવત છે ભાદરવાના ભીંડા એવું ભાદરવાના ભીંડાની જેમ અસંખ્ય પહેલાં આપણે પોલી કહેતા હવે મલ્ટી સ્પેશિયાલિટી હોસ્પિટલ નામ આપે છે 40-50 બેડની હોસ્પિટલો ચાલુ થઈ છે એમાં મેજોરિટી ઇન્વેસ્ટરના પૈસા છે ડૉક્ટર તો બિચારો ત્યાંય છે ને એ લેબરર જ અને માણસ ભણે ને પછી જતું રહે હમણાં વાત કરીએ ને ડેરિંગ લીડરશીપમાં શું છે તમારું ડેરિંગ જોઈએ હિંમત જોઈએ સાલી છાતી કાઢીને ભલે હું તો કૂદી પડું છું એ તરી જાય ચાલું ભણીએ છે ને એમ હિંમત ઓછી પણ એટલો સૌથી વધારે ખરાબ હોય ને સુપર સ્પેશિયાલિસ્ટની તો કોઈ સુપર સ્પેશિયાલિસ્ટ આ ગામમાં મળે ને તારો ક્યાંય મોડાસા દોડતો હશે નડિયાદ દોડતો હશે ક્યાંય હિંમતનગર દોડતો હશે ક્યાંય બચ્ચા ડૉક્ટરને શોધતો હોય છે ને આપણે પર મને એમ થાય આટલું બધું સાચું આપણે ગુલાબી ચિત્ર રજૂ કરીએ આપણે બધા જ જાણીએ છીએ આપણે ક્યાં છીએ ને આપણે મહેનત કરવી પડશે એટલે એજ્યુકેશન પછી આપણે પેશન્ટ સાચવવા માટે કેટલું કોમ્પ્રોમાઇઝ કરતા હોઈએ છીએ છતાં હું ઈચ્છું કે આપણું નેક્સ્ટ જનરેશન આપણા બાળકો કદાચ આમાં એન્ટ્રી બની જશે સારું થશે થેન્ક યુ ફોર કમિંગ એન્ડ સ્પેરિંગ ધ ટાઈમ થેન્ક યુ માનસી ફોર ઓર્ગેનાઇઝિંગ ધીસ
થેન્ક યુ રવિ સાહેબે બહુ 2-3 પોઈન્ટ્સ કીધા એ બધા વાત છે then we have to find a way out what is that trying to find a way out in our own એમાં શું છે ઘણી વખત આપણે કંઈક ટ્રાય કરીએ તો દર વખતે સાચું નથી પડતું બટ યુ હેવ ટુ ટેક યોર as important is success એના કરતાં વધારે ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ઇઝ ફેલિયર failure in a stride, make it a learning opportunity and go ahead, then that is when you are going to be successful. Last is the lack of community support. Whenever you starting or thinking of opening a hospital, what people will say, just like people use for Gavaskar or Sachin or Kohli now, off stump ના બોલ છોડી દેવો તો ને કેમ રમે અરે ભાઈ તમે અંદર તો આવો પછી ખબર પડે કે કયો બોલ રમવાનો છે કયો બોલ છોડવાનો છે કમ્યુનિટી સપોર્ટ ઇઝ નોટ ધેર સેલ્સ છે કે આટલો બધો ઇન્વેસ્ટ ના કરાય આ કરવા જેવું જ નહોતું દેટ ઇઝ ધ વે દેલ સે એટલી વન ફાઇન ડે વેન યુ આર સક્સેસફુલ તો મારો ભાણ્યો છે મારો દીકરો છે તો 100% સક્સેસફુલ થવાનો હતો પહેલાંથી ખબર હતી એને તો મહેનત કરી છે અને એમાંથી પહેલાંથી ભરેલી હતી somehow we feel કે આ શું થયું તરત એકદમ આમથી આમ so it's very important to be in a community of a good people Sometimes what happens, your talent is not that important, but more important is the people with you are out you're interacting or talking to. That will make your persona. So I would request કે ધારો કે અહીં AMA છે. You are people and you are learning from them. You learn their mistakes, learn from their successes. You can actually, invest in your career also. Very important to be surrounded by good people or community in which you are staying is actually progressive and positive.
To add that, want to change your luck? Fantastic way of changing your luck.
So we have 3 success mantras. Right? In this fast-changing world, we have to have 3 success. First is the vision. So in all the brochures, along with the brochures, we have a form in your voucher. Please take the.
There are 2 who are already planning to have a setup or thinking of their own. Existing people who already have setup. One by one, and whatever is that, and have tell you how it that you can.
શું છે ઘણા બધા લોકો એવું કહે કે વિઝન હોવું જોઈએ મોટું ને સારું ને લાર્જર દેન લાઈફ પર્સપેક્ટિવ ને એવું બધું પણ કોઈ શીખવાડતું નથી કે વિઝન બનાવવું કઈ રીતે કાગળ પર લખવું કે આ મારું વિઝન છે. So we have tried a
Setup.
So we will fill it together. The first thing is the factors which are considered. First is the specialization. So please write whatever specialization you are here, but make it a point that you put a micro niche. For example, say कि I am a orthopedic surgeon. So you write here joint replacement अथवा तो specialty your work. Like if you are a pediatrician, then you can say, okay, I deal with adolescents obesity. For example, if you are a pathologist, write your pediatrician with obesity. The micro niche which understanding, which you will be actually known. આપણે day out आज નથી કરવાનું. If you are obesity surgeon, say that you do obesity, but your name will be due to that. How would you differentiate yourself in the market? That is very important. Message should go whenever you are propagating your own brand. I am the best pediatric surgeon, and otherwise also surgery આવે તો આપણે ના નથી પાડવાની, but pediatric I am trying to make a mark. You have to have a micro niche. Just fill this part. You have to have alignment of your brain and type. That is why I am making you write all this. And this is your future, so take it seriously. Right. I want you to send us a snapshot or a photograph of this once we are finished. Second thing is your aim. How do you want to go? You want to go solo? Do you want to go polyclinic? Start a hospital? You want to start a hospital? How many beds should be there? Very clear. Before you plan a hospital, नहीं कि एक माड़ मरते तो bed, छह मरी जैसे तो 40 bed. That you decide beforehand that what you want to make, and then you search for a property. Right? And important in solo and polyclinic, people will feel that polyclinic will work and that will be success. But you have to see about yourself, like what type of personality you are. For example, you are a football player kind of mentality or a tennis player mentality. Right? Flourish alone or with group. Both of these are all right. I mean, nothing right or wrong in it. Then comes your target market. Target market is important because it is going to be a high paying capacity target market or low paying or a, for example, you are actually South Bhopal, then maybe a little more posh people go on road. Open in Naroda, that comes in your locality. You have to put in, if you're going to start, what will happen is that it will decide your fee, how much you can charge for the patient. It will decide what is your marketing strategy. Marketing strategy in a, as Ahmedabad city, you can have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, Chopadi as a target area. To understand, accordingly you market. For example, if you're going for a high cosmetic surgery, high-fi cosmetic surgery, then camps will not work for you, right? I'm just giving an example. Like marketing strategy has to be targeted. Then you have digital marketing which will work for you, or Instagram will work for you. And you're actually dealing with a gynecology or a cosmetics, then your target market is actually lower class or middle class, then camps will work. Now, give me a launch date. The people who are actually starting a hospital, how many are there? The hand. So starting, planning or હાર્ટ that મારે એક દિવસ કરવું છે કેટલા છે અહીંયા?
What is there?
Raise your hand. ત્યાં બી હશે આજુબાજુના કરો ધીમે ધીમે હિંમત કરો હજુ આવશે. Anybody and everybody can be an entrepreneur, but he has to, સાહેબે કીધું ને તો જજ્બા चाहिए.
Mic is not okay. So whenever we were in college or there was a timetable given to us. Exam अभी होगा. Then thought कि चलो 7 दिन पहले पढ़ना start करेंगे. Come out in the real world, ये date देना and we life लेते. Wonder about कि कहाँ पे जा रहा है life. Once we for that, but at least have a aim to follow. That is what we are.
એક્ઝામની ડેટ આવે ને એટલે આપણે ચોપડીથી ખરીદી ના હોય. ત્યાં કોઈ ચોપડીમાંથી વાંચતા હોય તો ચોપડીમાંથી વાંચતા.
Giving you a aim.
Give a date. All of you who are actually starting, give me a date. Write in your form that date.
Random date, even if possible, that date.
Don't worry about how will you do it. Happen. Subconscious mind will start working on it. But you put a date right now. Then give me a revenue goal. Hit big. Don't underestimate or undervalue or underscore yourself. Give a good value. Annual or per month. What do you want to achieve? Once you put it, find the ways to get it.
This is right cycle of once you
What is
now
what-
you are right that aspiration amount whatever big amount, what you want.
What we are have a financial like basic much is there, then you can do all kind of charity and work that you want to do. That basic has to be there in your bank account, your kitty can be financially work according.
Write it down.
So-
It is work a date.
How should you write your aim? Then I want to open a best dash capacity clinic area catering to upper middle class population by this date, thereby earning this much. How many people are going to reach their financial goal? Once you do that, you start behind that my aim 3 times. Kind of affirmation exercise. People are actually in other branches also, but you can also do that. Once you see, then take a normal visiting card and just write it on that. Then that definitely find ways for it. The newbie. Now we come on to the existing setup. How many people have existing setup?
Go fast. Up this one.
This existing setup one is actually जो है वो 1 साल के बाद इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी. Relevant to newbies also. Existing setup, how do you deal? For example, number of patients per month. Somebody will volunteer for me having an existing setup. Can you raise your hand?
That has existed.
Somebody who is existing setup. Yeah, please. How many patients you are having per month? Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. You have 35 here. What is your goal after 1 year? Very good. 120 is fair. Second thing, your startup has indoor 2 beds.
Okay.
Want to go?
Also come with a, let's say you have an area. You will. Yeah,
Fantastic.
What is the area? Area means,
Area.
square feet.
After 1 year, you want one or two more branches. So area becomes multiplied by 3.
Multiply by 3.
3600, right?
Yeah.
That you have to put here.
Give that individual deadline. Maybe 6 months, 1 year. You write that individual deadline in that column.
And what are the specialty you have? Cosmetic surgery right now you have.
Yeah.
Want to add on anything more?
Segregate. Contouring,
Right.
surgery, hair transplant. I want to hire someone hair transplant.
Very good.
So
So
that-
you are going to
So at,
sub and super specialty in your
at present 2 or 1.
at present one. Then
Okay.
and what are you expenditure from?
Revenue?
budget.
Revenue or profit? 10% of what? 5%.
So you have to increase.
That will be
That is-
fantastic, but even
will
if
be
you
too
are
much.
doing 10%, that will be
We
also good.
usually tell that actually 10% is. But
Should
you
be
have to get
aggressive.
it. That money has to be spent well. Penny should matter.
Exactly.
So many times what happens that they go for digital marketing. What they do is that they'll put Happy Holi on all the platforms. On LinkedIn, if you suddenly see Happy Holi, then you're like, "Ye kya hai?" Right?
Yeah.
So you have to strategically do that. Coming on to the allied services, you have a pharmacy or lab with you.
No.
Or telemedicine you are doing.
Should have.
Not really.
So as I expected, it is 0. But you
Zero.
want to.
Have at least
Actually, we recommend that don't take the hassle of pharmacy and lab initial part.
Yeah.
Not everything you cannot manage alone. But you should have it in plan, and over a period of time, you should take it in your control because these are going to give you money. These are going to give you revenue. Coming on to venturing of new area. Have you explored?
yeah.
Fantastic. You are a real doctorpreneur, thinking in right direction.
That is what we are at
practice consulting. Correct.
Are like
Absolutely.
What that will do, actually, that is a, I mean, it will work when you generate money. These are
Passive
the
income.
passive source of income. Must think about it once you are then expansion into other geographical area. You are thinking of franchising, expanding all. So how do you the vision now? Revenue. So whatever you're earning, you're thinking of
Whatever
2x,
your amount
3x.
is, and
my
10
setup-
times.
Right.
Okay. Right that have 5 for
You can write that I have one clinic, you want by this year. Have it in your have fill it. Only you can say how many beds to how many super specialty hospital, or you want to whatever you are feeling, how the things start moving. Once you put it on paper, you are committed for that. That is the vision part. All of you should write the vision and give.
or I'll think with the
correct.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
make that
Fantastic.
happen.
Perfect.
Got a very good one. Almost it is coinciding with the way you are thinking. How many people want the Excel?
Copy of that right now that you have it for you. Second is we're talking about the success scenario and friends branding, and all know how important is having that presence. Just wanted to understand how many people here have a website, one clinic or personal brand. How many people have just raised your hand? If you have a website, okay, 20% people. Out of that, how many have an active website? Active actually, not just passively. There are content which is developed and put there. You develop. How many people have active website? So now you can understand out of so have only who have website, and out of that only one person has an active website. Now that is the problem we are facing the healthcare. We are not able to get the importance of having our own digital infra, and that is why that is one of the reasons why we are not able to get good results from. So how many people have actually tried digital marketing by themselves or by agencies? How many people have tried Facebook marketing, or Google uh, keywords and all those things? A lot of people have tried for their own clinic. Yes, to get good result as expected, or it was not so good. Many times, most often, is not that good which we expected. Why that has happened? Why that has happened? Why you are not getting results when everybody else is getting results? Why doctors are not getting? And one of the reasons is not have our own address on the physical world. Just like in the physical world, we have a name plate outside our home. There is an address, there is a clinic address. People come. Do not have our own website presence active enough where people can find and see what you are doing. That is where the problem. We are on Practo, we are on Just Dial, we are on Suleka, and all that are all rented platforms. You are building your castle on a rented land. That is where we are going wrong. To have our own domain, our own name, website, and the full control over it. Not just think that some person will come and give you few thousand rupees a website and you are happy with that website. That will not work. And this website, one-time investment, it is for lifetime. We are investing X amount in physical infrastructure, at least spend X by 20 in your digital infrastructure. So how we help a lot of doctors get results? Follow a system. We are getting awesome results from that system, and that is what we are trying to share with you. Okay, so let me share that system so that you can also follow. So right now we were in format. Now we will technology which is called mind node. Okay, we will be talking in mind maps. What is the right way of using? I mean, and the question that whether we are allowed for advertisement, branding, that we will discuss later. Okay, let us understand right way of using. What we use as called digital. Just like your any all our medical our ecosystem, there are a lot of components and they and they the whole ecosystem right. That is how you have to make your ecosystem as well, right? So what could be the possible components of digital? Wild guess. Randomly tell. One, you understand website is there. What could be the other component? Social media, right? Instagram, social media, Facebook. What are the others? What could be ecosystem? What could be the other components? Blogs. What more? Ink. Sorry. Telemedicine will be part of your own practice. More of digital. Let me tell you. There are 7 key components, and this will become a long-term assets for you. And I'm telling you, some old and people who are just starting, writing wills for that. Who will take of my are going to happen? Because these are digital assets which for lifetime. A lot of time and first understand that yes, call website your online home. Have your own online home, and it has component. One is your domain name. You understand the domain name here. The www.xyz.com is a domain name. Own it. Nobody or anybody not own that. Or purchase it online. First is that. Then you have the place where it will be hosted, where the website will be called server. That server look or space you buy it. It's not that expensive. Let nobody give for free for 1 year and then it is down. But we see that 90% of websites are down because it was placed for 1 year and then the benefit has gone and you are not taking. The third is your website design in that you have those three owned by you. Ideally have two websites. One is your personal branding website or your clinic. Ideally, because in the future, personal brand is what is right now. If you see the influencer world, everyone is influencer. Doctor as an influencer, the next go and Google influencer as doctor as an influencer. Harvard study. There is a full Harvard study where doctor as an the next top 10. So you have to effort for first few years to become that influencer, and that is where the money start coming, and you are able to impact a lot of people. Okay, so ideally it's that. Otherwise, hospital setup. Second important is the blog. The blog is personal PRO. If you are not updating your blog, that means your website is, and Google algorithm will down the rank. Anybody who is searching orthopedics near you, the top 5 or top 10 in the first page. Otherwise, nobody is going in page. For ranking algorithms, very active on your website, and to become active, blog is one of the parameter which algorithm pay. Okay, so your blog should be like it your personal thing, whatever diary writing thing. Diary writing thing you can plan for 1 week advance, schedule goes for the 7 days. The third important is social media. Now social media has 3 components. Instagram, LinkedIn, relevant to us. There are other platforms, but for doctors and here, these are the 3 platforms which are relevant to us. For the Facebook is used when we want direct to consumer. Try to understand. हम लोग हम डिजिटल हायर करते हैं, we do not understand कि कहाँ पे क्या करना है, सब कैंपेन चल रहा है कहीं पे, not getting. When do you want to get direct to consumer? And so that could be like can run a telemedicine call, then direct consumer can come, person can, and so a lot of cannot as a guideline advertisement purpose, you cannot call people, cannot say that I am the best doctor and get it. But you have to do it manner. So hospitals can run without any need, run an ad and call people. But if you want other lot of session where you connect directly, yoga, dermatologists are the where you directly connect and consult all that campaign can, or you can give a free service or webinar, then you can directly connect. Now Facebook has 3 components: personal profile, fan page, and group. To understand that, I think all of us having personal profile, right? So fan page and group. How many people have a fan page on a Facebook? Anybody having a fan page on? Anybody? No. So that is the problem which have don't have a fan page, cannot run ads. The technical problem. Cannot run a Facebook ad campaign if you have a fan page, and that too active fan page. Cannot say you cannot create a fan page or you can run ad. Not allow you to have an active fan page, and we do not make a fan page because we think ourselves that अरे बहुत छोटे हैं, हमारे कौन से million followers, 100 लोग होंगे, तो हम कैसे बना सकते हैं? That is the mindset. Or anything platform is providing you a free thing where you can actually much beyond your catchment area, your city and your area, much more. The globe is your customer, but you are not creating that platform which is available for free of cost. So if you want to run ad, technical aspect, have an active fan page. The mindset is that you should have, because then anybody can. Okay? And the third is element is group. Now group, Facebook group is the big brother of WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group you can have, maybe now you have 512 members. Now if you want 1,000 members all over world who are looking for your services or your content, so Facebook group provide you unlimited members. Now group helps whatever fan page you have, people want to convert into a customer, and more personalized way, and then they can become your customer. Despite that closeness, fan page is for wider reach. Okay. Now Instagram for personal connect. Now, as I am saying that personal brand is what people are looking for. Nobody is buying your services or your infrastructure. I have such a beautiful infrastructure. I have so much great medical equipment, but no buying that. They buy you first, then they buy your service. That is what has happened with the medical world. When word of mouth marketing not enough, try to understand. When if tells me that this doctor is for my wife, gynecologist, but I will go again search the reviews, what people have. That is where the digital has so important for us, and we should care of it. So important element, really want to connect any person, customer for life, some personal stuff with it. That is up to you. If you are comfortable, if you are not comfortable, try to do it. Start making, because everybody wants to see how is doctor's life, how difficult or how easy, what their kids are doing, what you are doing professionally. Just share those stuff, and especially the visual appealing domains. That has very good response. Yoga, physiotherapy, all those are very photogenic. Whatever photogenic space is there, Insta is very good. And third is about the link. Now link professional is just like office, corporate. Appear very smart and professional. Cannot put your vacation photos on LinkedIn. That will not make a sense. And that is what problem happens when we 10,000 rupees. Do it my social media. Do it all social media. What will he do? Will he post and put all in all social handles? Will it work? Same post is not good for Facebook or Insta or according to the atmosphere, because this platform exists for some reason, right? अगर सब कुछ सब same ही होते तो ये नहीं होते. Exists because there is a difference. So the link is so powerful for doctors who are not realizing that. It can give one authority in if you are contributing enough good knowledge, because all have tremendous knowledge. Understand how to express. That's it. Become a member of good, vibrant groups. Start expressing your views, putting content, research articles, whatever. And make a good profile. From there, you will find not only customers, find partnerships, also find corporates asking you for a speak. That kind of all this work for your brand. Find a good partner there. You can find a good manufacturer there. But you for your office, not post operation theater with full of blood hands. Look good. Fourth component is online video. Now, if online, must short video channels like, for example, if you are comfortable, and people that. But YouTube must for everybody, whatever your age. Just understand what kind of impact you has created or the facility provided. 90, when somebody wants to a channel, how much government of India for broadcasting right. For example, if Z has to take a broadcasting right, 90s it was 1000 crore. Now there is a platform is providing free of cost to you. Everything you content there, and not most of the us are not using. The second largest search engine on earth after Google. Google and YouTube are the, you are not present there, you are nowhere. आप वही हो जो गूगल कह रहा है आप हो. Okay? आप कितने अच्छे हो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But Google is saying how much good you are, that is what you are. Have to present yourself on register so that people find you on a different aspect. So YouTube is must. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम आता है कि how to what to make, right? How to make a video and all those things. The easiest way I am giving you a trick. Start. Ask somebody across the table just simple while and a set of 10 questions. The person start asking, start replying. That's the content that you can do, like just like anybody is asking questions, recording and put on YouTube without any edit, without anything. Start. You make a 10 videos. After that, you will become so comfortable that you start making. Start doing it right now. After this, at YouTube. Okay. Fifth element is a social proof are what? Social proof are ratings, ranking. Again, जैसे मैंने बताया कि somebody told me to what to do. Is this doctor is good, but I will go and see what other people are saying, and it is very easy to find also a rating and testimony. That is where your whole impact of ecosystem element, where a person who is searching for you become your customer or your patient. The place. Okay. There will be ratings. It will be Google, Facebook, Tracto, just like that, any kind of thing, and testimony. To have a video testimony. But out of this ratings, what is the most important element for us as a doctors? Google. Okay. So Google will be the most critical ones. Google My Business. If you have not made Google My Business, or I can say on an average you have 10 leads, 5 leads per day, or not made good enough. Just making My Business is not enough. It should have every populated, proper description, what is happening, all those things. Take a Google My Business file extremely well and start taking a conscious effort to do it. Like even if you have to employ a person of 10,000 rupees just to take a review and rating of the outgoing person, employ it for 6 months. We'll take questions after. If you have any questions. Okay, so Google My Business is the place where transition happen. You have searched about you, now they are making a decision. That is where it happen. And sixth is the search engine optimization for higher ranking. Say for example, if you are so all these things are connected. If you are making on YouTube, the same on all social same video you can put on your website. Make it as a active website. So even if you are not writing blogs, actually videos people are watching, and search engine can understand that you are active. All these are connected. So one YouTube video can help you multiple, right? Now that for some reason you are not able to do it, but you want the top 10 ranking by some ways. So search engine optimization is done by digital. Help you rank higher on Google. But this is a temporary. Like टायर में हवा भरवाया, 5 दिन चला, उसके बाद हवा निकल गई, फिर आपको. So it is a regular activity. If you want it for once in a while, it is. But if you want to be the top 10 or first page of your search engine, then you active a technical thing. You should not be getting involved in search engine optimization, hiring in it. Now, seventh element which come the paid media, which you guys do but not getting results. So you can run ads on Google search engine and YouTube and ads on social media. Now, here these are the two places where you can run ads. Okay, either on Google, on YouTube, or on the social media like Facebook. Now, don't have this ecosystem, ad will not be will not give you a result. Because even if person has seen, again the person will go and search where are you, and maybe will not find, or even find you on Practo or something. Not enough is written, not enough testimony. But even your lead is not converting into a. So this ecosystem, the whole elements. Now, if you are on this platform, there is a logic which type of campaign is on what kind of platform. So if you are on Google search engine, YouTube, a lead generation campaign running, and on social media used for the brand. Social media direct lead generation not that much impactful in our domain, because we cannot directly say that come to my clinic. Advertisement or that kind of not allowed by guidelines. So, for putting, for example, you put a ad revenue of 100 rupees per day on Facebook. That means 1,000 rupees a month, and run a campaign, build your brand by fan page likes. People will start liking your, and you start getting traction and all those things. Only 100 rupees a day, 3,000 rupees. That for brand building. But if you do a lead generation, that means on Google search engine, start putting ads on Google, because that is where the people search you, not on the Facebook. So these are the 7 elements really important and digital, right? So coming to the whether we are allowed for advertisement, not Pranav sir can, whether it is how much you can do it, how much is not allowed, and what is the, it's a great thing. Line is blurring. A lot of people has crossed the line. No action has. It's difficult to put in point. It depends on your ethics, how much you. But you can build your brand. Nobody has stopped you from building your brand. Try to understand. Even in the guidelines, you can put educational content. Everybody don't need to say, come people. I am the best doctor. Come to my clinic. Just have to be on top of the mind when a customer thinks that in area. For that, for brand building is important. For that, education content is the, just put education content for the public and be active there. Remember when they need. Educational content for brand building, out. Nothing, no stoppage.
2 questions which normally people ask. My small kids. Market is old patient. They don't use social media, right? There is like pay for them. Parents, the kids are, or the children and parents are going to. They are already on the social. They are your actual customers. Services are directed towards old age or a young age. But all of the people who are from 18 quite active on the. Second thing, don't that rural setup doesn't have a scope. Everybody has a smartphone now, and they are understanding. They are more smarter than we think they are. Right. Second thing, what can be is when you can do or not do. If for an individual practitioner, you cannot say that come to me, I'll do this. That is not allowed. You have to do a silent marketing. Silent marketing is add value to their life. You continuous feeding of sources, YouTube channel may put some that should be easily understandable by the patient. See, one tip he has given that what should be what should you put on the content. So I'll give you the answer to that also. That is, whatever your patient asks you, that is the content. ये खाना चाहिए नहीं खाना चाहिए लेना चाहिए नहीं side effect क्या होगा, whatever they ask you, that is what they want to hear. One person is asking that, same question is going to be in the mind of other people also. So you can answer that in a form of a video or maybe in the blog. That is the way to do it. And basically, you should come as a first person in mind whenever they think about that problem. That is the way you have to do silent marketing.
There is a one of the very doctor from a very tier 3, and he is one of the top content. No background, nothing, small clinic. One of the like millions follow south. So when we visited, we thought that what is how he makes content. We went there and we asked him of how you're doing here. How do you think that market needs all these things? For as an MBA, I feel all these things. What is the market need? How is the gap and all those. But what he is simple, which I thought we should just sir as per day any customers ask you that you should write it down. So whenever some person asks a random question, then also he write it down. And the same content answer a 5-minute video. That is where he, because every question that is for you it is, but for a patient, it is the best way to understand what your market. This way, no market research, nothing is required. Just openness to what your down, document, and just. Okay, so third is management. The third of now we will talk about touch 5 aspects of then I will tell you impactful, because we are not of the basic 5 fundamentals, and we are doing what is the 5 parts of every should have. Put it down and write it down so that whenever you are making your setup or you already have setup, you are missing, where are you lacking? So first is value creation. Are you creating a value because you are a doctor, you are already solving up, you already have a value creation. Discovering what people and then create. You already are in that, so you're already creating a value. Second is marketing. Now marketing is attracting attention, demand for what you have created. You already have demand. You don't have to create. Somebody wants an orthopedics, it's already demand, right? But you attract attention. Not about advertising. The slight difference in marketing. So we do marketing for brand building, full strategy. What are the different types of campaign running? How we are doing. Amount of activity is a part of marketing. Advertisement of communication. That message which you want, how I communicate. Instagram, whether it is a paper, that is it. But the whole gamut of things, the strategy, the campaign, whatever you want think of yourself, the market, that is a market. Marketing is a bigger, and the advertisement is upset of. Third is sales. Without sales, nothing happens. Whatever you तो कुछ नहीं. Running prospective customer, and that is what our ethic. Whatever is, then we are not unnecessary. Fourth is value delivery. So giving the customer or patient what you have promised and ensure that they are satisfied. Now this is also a gap. A lot of people that might create a very good online persona, but when you come to your, you are not getting so. Okay, so the difference, and that creates Whatever you create on online, deliver when they come. And the fifth element is finance. Bringing enough money to keep. Now, this is a very good mindset. Regularly talk how much to earn, whether it is ethical or not. Dilemma. Money, money doesn't have any us who bad or you are good. Money comes, you become better. You are serving a lot of people, philanthropic activity, serving, helping lot. You are not good if you are bad. When money comes, you become Ram on Ravan. Money itself have any caste creed. It's a neutral thing. Money expand whatever inside. For a good person, it I think strongly believe always tell our community that if you have money or financially actually do a lot of free services, a lot of other things which you have thought about as started your right. Cannot do Ali Jeb and Robbie Bini have generated money that other stuff which you thought about. That mindset want to do a work, then jump into on then do not match it. You really want to do a social entrepreneur, full NGO kind of work, not be in a private practice and want to do a social work. That is a as that the mindset issue and of people have the dilemma. Okay, so these are the 5 elements already have set up. See where you miss and start apps. Now coming to the so understood all those things. Whether you will be fighting off flight, what you will going in this, or you will just take what do you want? That is a question to ask yourself because future is very bright in future, decade, lot of opportunity coming beyond what you are doing. There are a lot of doctors in US who are just in not by practicing but become, and there will be a lot of other things. So opportunities, but struggles will be. ऐसा नहीं है that healthcare entrepreneurship is the hardest entrepreneurship. Why? Because we have that the highly regulated company. For example, today you want to do a finance company or tech. What kind of all regulation? Nothing much on RBI guidelines. But here, not only central government, there will be state government, there will be a lot of people. So on healthcare entrepreneur hardest, and that is one of why cons in them. So challenges, but you need fighting it. So just a small quiz. Guys know brand track phone. Yeah, Phase 1000 have that. Then BlackBerry 2010. Ambassador car. MT. Dying car. Where are they now? Where are they? These are the brands of like 100-year-old. Vanished from, right? By Apple, Google, Amazon, Practo. What is the reason for vanish? 4 rules of applies. That is one of the big 4 rules of those who fail to adapt by all these brands not
adapt to the what we want at this of healthcare on tried it. Correct? So need of the hour is AI specific.
How can this country one solution? What is the possible solution that our doctors how they are and more that you can give normally whenever a policy maker or a planner thinks component of patient time what happens is focus on the all the we have some that but the doctors they are empowered enough with a setup for that the role of we have started this Doctorpreneur. We are empowering the doctors to become community learning platform where doctor or other fellows for experience branch that's to up or doubts can be want to start a new hospital or nursing.
Yeah. Are you connecting with us or just listening? Any question we can take it. If you have any question, just to wake you up before I go into Doctorpreneur Academy. Just tell me any question from branding or anything you have. You will pass on the mic and whatever. Any about the finance or anything. If like we have two bonuses also to discuss if you really like we will be discussing about medical equipment planning and how to find a perfect location. What is the checklist? That depends on the timing and whether you need. So any question? Yes. ओ, पूरा ऊपर कर दो उसको.
In the practice, what we have seen so far,
Right.
many people have attended maybe before 5 or 10 years. And then, time 5 years, turn up. They have gone to the many doctors and then they realize it. Hey, that doctor was good.
Correct.
Guide me.
Right.
Right? He charged me, he didn't misguide me. So that is what we say goodwill. Thus, after many years,
right?
His mother then comes,
Right.
no, yeah, he has gone that.
Correct.
After many years, there.
Yeah, so that is what we tell in brand building. It's a new terminology. Otherwise, brand
But
building.
that technology, goodwill, was with the senior doctors also, and it is working still that without facial
Correct.
media.
Correct.
That is what I am telling.
Correct, correct.
Without any media,
Right.
I don't have any media. I'm on the Facebook, okay. But my people, my patients tell me, other people,
Sir, after everything else, it's your relationship with patient that works. ये जो ऊपर की layer है. This is how, because everybody else is doing and you are not doing, you will be left behind. So at least you do it so that people come and see how good you are. Then only you can see. So these are finally is up to you how you connect with the patient and make your goodwill. Honesty. Perfect. Yeah, yeah. 100%. Any other question, views? Yes. Sir, mic clearly.
And setup that you have started. I feel
Correct.
are
Little high. Yes.
right. So
Huh.
so they know
Right.
everything. Consultation.
Correct.
Right, and इतना तो होता होगा मैं 5 और पूछ के
Correct. Correct.
So there are two part of me that I should go volume based practice.
हाँ.
40,000 में कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
So I can मैं रोज का एक करने लगूं
Understood.
40,000
Understood.
में.
I understood your question. Yeah.
और wait for that paying patient जिसमें मैं
Perfect. This is dilemma. That first question, answer to the first question is start very lean and mean. Okay. Do not go. So if you come to our webinar next Sunday, sign up for the webinar. We will tell you how you can actually reduce the whole setup cost by 70%. If you are thinking of 1 crore as a project, you can start in 25 lakhs. Okay. If you are thinking of 2 years of time, you can start in 6 months. Perfectly model. Just you have to think in that direction. So we will tell you, because of the paucity of time, we can tell you right here, but come and see webinar. We will tell you exactly how it is to be done. So first is lean and mean, so that your pressure or money pressure on you is not there. Okay. Second is, if you build your brand and focus on your micro niche. That is why we are telling you focus on your micro niche, that you are known specialist in one domain. Otherwise you are doing everything else, but you known by that one thing that differentiate you. Otherwise dermatologist hai ya cosmetologist hai, what is your differentiation? What you the problem doctors do, cause to expand market, they are doing everything, so they become generalist. Even if you are a specialist, to become micro niche specialist and to build your brand so that nobody can. Once you negotiate, once you build your brand over a period of time, even not only the patient, even your vendors, even other partners in ecosystem will also not negotiate you on your what is your worth. So you're building your brand is a long-term play that needs to be done. Once you have done that, nobody can actually negotiate on, because you are playing on mass. There is no differentiation between you and anybody else. Then only people are asking कि sir वो ऐसा कर रहे हैं, ऐसा कर रहे हैं. So if your name is everywhere and you are known for this, he will ask you. But then value delivery response. Okay. Good.
I will just add one more point. You should never compete on the charges. Don't decrease your charges. That will be a trap which you will not be able to come out from. Try to give quality or try to add values to the patient. Because what will happen, you will decrease the price, your opponent will decrease again, and then decrease, that will spoil the whole market.
And small things add value. Just to give example. For example, you have done XYZ surgery or patients को आपने कुछ help किया. Now what value you are delivering? For example, you make an app, one-time cost. Ask them to download that app and tell them that this 30 days after this surgery, our person will be in direct contact, and you go through this content. You will get each day, you will get a bite, what to do, what not to do. Now that experience, that is good. on your their home will make them stick forever. Small, small things. Nobody else is doing, you are doing, that makes a difference. And with 30 days, he is on your app, he will be lifelong customer. Now, the academy which we built on 4 C pillars. We call it academy because we community learning, not a typical consultancy. So you have to just focus more because it's a new concept. Nobody else is doing the market. Just understand what it is. Okay? So Doctorpreneur Academy is built on 4 C's. First C is for courses, then community, collaboration, and consulting. Okay? When you become the member of the academy, you get a privileges, lot of privileges. The first is digital courses. So we call it Netflix for doctors. Okay, it's an online platform where you get lot of digital courses 24/7. Whenever you want to access, whatever you want to see, go through it. So we have a vision clarity, just we have done with you. It's a very comprehensive. Statutory clearances is one thing which people need, so it has been discussed here. Then the money, finances, then hospital management and marketing and branding. So these are few core modules. Irrespective of your specialization, this is what you needs to learning. Now this covers almost the 70 to 80% of basic questions which everyone asks. So these are the compilation of all those things. So all those knowledge, very chocolate bite we have given, so that you don't have to search here and then ask people. So if you go through the finance module, you will understand what is private limited company, LLP, and all proprietorship. You will understand everything. You don't have to ask your CA whether it is. All these are the 6 core modules. And then there are a lot of other modules for specific. So for example, telemedicine setup. Everyone can actually augment their income by telemedicine. They are put rightly, done in right manner. Then you can also have NABS secrets, OT endoscopic unit, ICU, isolation ward, radiology, diagnostic, dental clinic. So there are almost 20 online courses, okay, which we'll get. Second is we get access to community. Okay. Now, as we go above in the second C, these are more important. So more than courses, community is important. So we have a full support ecosystem. So this is you. There will be a Facebook group. Okay, there is almost 5,000 more members in the Facebook group. Then there is an Instagram, the Telegram, very vibrant Telegram group, and there is a YouTube channel. All these are interconnected. So this is the community ecosystem. On each platform, you will get a different kind of information or knowledge. Facebook group mostly used for motivational aspects, how to do entrepreneurship based knowledge and all those things, interaction. Then Insta is more about what we are doing, how you can get help. Telegram is like we have almost 3,000 members on Telegram group, and they are asking, we are not there. This is automated. People are themselves answering. So if people are asking whether is it private limited is good or not, or what is a hospital architect. They are vibrant. Like if I don't see my Telegram group for half an hour, there are 30-40 messages. That is where you can get instant help for small things. And YouTube channel, you will get regular content about different aspects from us. So this provide an ecosystem where people are supported. So community like Telegram, people will see that people are getting results also. People are somebody has developed 30-bedded hospital. Somebody has developed a range of clinics. So you are in a positive people group where people are doing something. They are actually getting results. Then the third is about collaboration. Again, this is again very important. So what we did, we made a Facebook for doctors. Okay? So just like a Facebook is a public social network. Anybody come and can be part of it. What we made is a private social network only for doctors. You get a login password. When you go inside, only doctors are there, and within doctor there are subgroups, and then you can go and discuss much more in detail and talk more about your field. Okay? It's called Doctorpreneur Society. It's called Doctorpreneur Society. When you go inside, you see here the members, there will be events, member category, courses, there will topics and tribes. So this is the tribes. Okay, this is just a glimpse. Diagnostic lab, radiologists, pharmacists, psychiatrists, the tribes. So when you become member group, become a member of these groups, more focused discussion takes place here, and cannot ask everything on a public platform, right? That's what we understand as a doctor. We privacy is a concern, but here, since only doctors are there, you can ask anything, and this platform has created a revolution where it removes geography from the equation, and doctors are actually become collaborators rather than a competitor. So we are good people, but we do not help each other because everyone is a threat. Because if somebody is asking something, you feel that one more person is coming in this domain in this city, some threat, and you are not able to help, even though if you want to help. But that is very natural. Now with this platform, what we did, we connected all over people from all over the India. And now any pathologies, for example, or diagnostic lab, anybody who want to start a lab in Manipur, anybody who is already done in Lucknow or Mumbai can help, right? It's not competition for Manipur or Lucknow. Lucknow people is not a competition. Now he can help, and that is what is happening. The Lucknow person is giving the whole list of the equipment you can buy, the vendors you can buy, the budget or refurbished equipment you can buy. They are now opening up, helping. That has created a big revolution. You can take lot of helps. So from this community, there's a bulk deals and offers, network for recruitment, partnership vendors, medical device purchases, accreditations. So in this community, not only doctors, but other components of ecosystem like NABH consultant, NABL consultant, or hospital architect, they are also part of it. So you can accreditation, motivation, and you can get a lot of friends for life, right? So in the nutshell, when you become a member, anybody get 20 plus courses, Netflix for doctors, more than 100 PDF, Excels, lot of PPT. Then there is a live session also. Okay, I just wanted to tell you, every 15 days for the lifetime, we come live on Saturday 9 p.m. and take your questions or call an expert based on, for example, day before, week before that, we have called somebody from finance bank for loans, MSME loans, or some architect or some CA. So we call a lot of people. Even for diagnostic center, we called Dr. Lal Path Labs MD, Dr. Om Manchanda for the session. We took a 1 hour session for those people. So we every Saturday, every alternate Saturday for the lifetime, they will get access to community calls. Then you get an access to private social network, FB for doctors. Then you get access to Telegram, the community ecosystem which I told you. Mentorship from us, anytime you can contact through email and pass a lot of platforms. Then expert session, I told, and there is a bulk deal and offer. So one of the lot of members, we had a bulk deal with one of the company provide an ICU outsourcing. So they take your ICU, run it for you, and share your revenue. So we made a agreement with them. Outside our community, they were charging tax for signing up. But when we came inside our community, it was given free of cost. 18 lakh rupee sign up cost was removed because it was a bulk deal, and that is what gives a great advantage for people. So unique and only such platform in India. Will appreciate that this kind of thing is not anywhere. I have not find even in the world. This is our academy address. If you want to join, you can scan and you can come inside. Okay, I just put it. You can scan it, or in your feedback form, in your brochure, there is a color dot. There is also this QR code is there. Scan and come inside. Okay, so I've told you about the academy. If you have any question, you can ask about the academy as such, what we are doing and how we are doing. Any question? You will want to ask any question about the academy and how we are doing? You can search on Google, there are almost 1,500 reviews. Okay? What we are telling you, we also do it. We have almost 1,500 reviews, 4.7 rating on Google My Business. Okay. So if you don't have any question, we can talk about how to find the right location. That is how important is, sir can tell you. It's as important as finding a life partner. Is it okay to continue? Yes?
Location. Things you should. What should we keep in mind when we are choosing a location? The location is whenever you're going for a cricket match, right? You cannot read the pitch report in the newspaper or go and start playing. You have to go there and see the pitch, right? This is not something which you can outsource to somebody. Where you are going to have your hospital, you have to first go and take some steps on your own before you hire a agency. Will give you a report or a feasibility report or things like those. So you yourself have to do this much hard work. What are the things? There are so many things which you have to find. Go through the important points. There has to be a personal search. There has to be a professional. Because I would say professionals should be paid because they quality. We all are consultants. Our patients pay us because we are giving good advice. Similarly, don't try to do everything on your own. You cannot start counting cement, kitna lagega, kitna loha lagega, and things like those. Sometimes what happens, we go into that complexity. So these things should be done by a specialist. Then what is the part of personal search? There are 6 more important points. First, we'll see location, what you should. So what is the local like? Which area you are going to select? Second, what is the commute time? As Ahmedabad is growing, it's an important factor. How much you have to travel and how much your patient has to travel to reach. Third is proximity to other hospitals. That area, how many hospitals are there? Visibility. Are you on the main road or in some corner inside? Visibility is an important point. And whether it is the upcoming area or old area. For example, there are I'll give you 2 examples. One is where a new township is coming up and residential is coming up. Second is where the industrial area is coming up. So your option should be always the residential area. Maybe city is expanding on both the sides, but wherever the new township is coming, there you have more scope. Then coming on to the demographics. The age, the population there, and an average income. That is the way we strategize in this zone. Then comes the competition. Very important. How many doctors of your specialization are there in that locality? And you have to again think in 2 ways. Whether they are going to be your competitor or collaborator. Whether you can do a joint practice with them, if you are a junior, or you can have to have strategies deal with whatever he is offering. Then that area has a young doctors more or established doctors. If they are young doctors, you are already into a new form of competition. If they are established doctors, then you have to change the policy, the way you offer your services. Then very important is the business criteria. You have to have a good exterior. I don't say that you have to have a flashy exterior, not neon lights and things like those. It should look like a hospital or a clinic. Parking is a must. Nowadays, if you don't have parking, people some other doctor who has a good parking. Don't think about the elevator. The important component, once you have more than 2 floors, you have an elevator and preferably you have a which takes care inside. Important is the community factor. This sometimes people miss out. For example, you are from any community. For example, you have a Patel community. So if that area has a lot of Patel population, your initial brand ambassadors. Treat them, they will become your ambassadors. There is nothing wrong in that. Then if you are going to for a pre-built structure, what are the things you should ensure a 24-hour water supply and preferably 2 sources of water. Because you cannot, the hospital setup already using a lot of water. You should have a 2 sources of water. Then drainage. Drainage, if you don't keep in mind initially, then it will be a lot of hassles later on. And floor. More than 15 meters, the rules are going to change. Fire safety is a very important point. If you are starting now, you take care of that, because already you can see Ahmedabad, there are so many doctors who are actually and for fire. Then electricity 24 hours by 7, then DG set. You have to have a power backup. You should mind when you are having a, you do all these things, the professional help come into picture. If you are building a hospital more than 50 beds, important, because you have to make a good feasibility report. What is the financial, what are the branches, what are the departments you're going to make. Recommended because sometimes a good addition can save you a lot of money, right? Especially hospitals, because if you're going to a bank for a gold loan also, they'll ask that, what is your feasibility report, what is your project plan. Important. Fine, you are choosing a location. Instrument purchase. The last in the list, but very important one. Whenever you are buying instruments for a hospital, how and what are the touch points you should find. First is the need assessment. If you are not using that machine for quite a big part of your practice, it is outsourceable or subletting is possible, then do that initially. Don't go into a lot of hassles. Then as I mentioned, divide your instruments into must have and good to have. Actually only have the must have. Starts lean and make profits, because it has to be sustainable. You cannot make a big hospital and some years down the line you are ready to sell it. Then call for quotation from at least 5 vendors to check the price and get educated about the machine. What will happen is, what this step will do is that you call the vendors, they will tell you the good part about their machine and bad part about others' machine. You can use the same information when you are actually discussing with the second vendor. That these are the problems with your machine. How do you spend that? That is where you get the best deal. Then you have to plan some pre-installation stuff. Like what is the minimum area required for that machine? For example, you are buying a CT scan machine. You want to put a CT scan. Then what is the area required? Where are you going to place it? Ground floor, first floor, second floor. Whether that building has an amount of strength to hold the scan machine, very important. Then, for example, you are having a radiology setup. Then whether the lead walls are there, statutory clearances are corrected in that part of domain, RB permission is. Then comes how to select the right vendor. There are 8 points. First is select a vendor which is well known in the market and have good past record. At least 3 to 5 years he should be in the market. Then whether he has the necessary FDA and CE permissions or not. Prefer a company which has a local support office in your vicinity, because after sales services is possible only with this. Take a minimum from AMC CMC of 5 to 7 years. 7 to 10 years is the life of any. At least 5 to 7 years you should have a backup. Then you can have a common or a package or a bulk. You can have 3-4 friends who want to buy the same, get a better offer. Then ask the vendor to plan a visit to their existing client using the machine. It's a very important point. If they falter on this point, don't buy that machine. Because if they are not having good vendors who are satisfied, that means the machine is not good. If somebody has a good machine, he has sold it to somebody and a happy customer is there, he'll be more than happy to introduce you. The checkpoint. And then negotiate for a company support. In AMC, CMC, you can actually negotiate. Then comes the finances. How to manage for finances. You can do self-finances, you can do a loan, you can take a government, you can go for a MSME loans. And there are some medical equipment companies, they have their own financing arms also, like G, Siemens, Thermo Fisher. They can give you without any collateral, because their machine is getting sold and they can arrange for finances also. Explore this part. Once you have decided, the finance instrument, the delivery, and the installation coordination. So you should find out when he's going to supply it. You should coordinate it with your plan of the hospital. Not delivered before time also, and should not delay unnecessarily. Plan advance in some how much time it takes, and take the help of a biomedical engineer so that the thing is installed properly. Sometimes we believe on that vendor that he'll do everything installation properly. Don't check on our end. Actually, day one the fight starts. ये नहीं चल रहा, ये part नहीं चल रहा. Have a biomedical engineer team. Maybe you don't hire him. If you're a small hospital, don't hire him. But take the services and ensure that they're installed in the right way. All the software is there in the, and whatever you have paid for it is actually there. Sometimes it is too technical. You might not be able to comprehend things. All the accessories should ensure that they're there. Then comes the training of the hospital staff and maintain it properly. So this can be negotiated. You can have these complementary services with the machine that okay, how will you train our staff, or how long you will train. Staff comes, then again he has to be retrained. Things can be taken up as an additional advantage from the vendor. And finally, pick the date for the clean and plant maintenance. If you do it in this way, you will not be cheated by anybody. Hopefully, this has added value for knowledge, and you are enlightened by some of the work, some of the experience that you have learned over the last few years. We've shared all of them. Have a webinar also every year having a webinar. If you want to attend, you can that also. There a lot of secrets are actually revealed, and if you want to join the community, the QR code is already.
परफेक्ट, थैंक यू सर, वेरी रेलेवेंट. एक्चुअली बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हम इस टच भी नहीं कर पाए बिकॉज ऑफ द टाइम फॉर आस्किंग. व्हेन वी टेल अबाउट द कॉस्ट, फर्स्ट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द माइंड्स. फर्स्ट projects, maybe one or second or couple of projects, may not be your dream project. That needs calculated. जब हम बनाना, एक तो स्टेप ही बहुत बड़ा होता है करने जा रहे हैं. जब कुछ करने जाते हैं तो सोचते हैं कि नहीं नहीं ये तो परफेक्ट होना चाहिए बिकॉज इट इज़ माई ड्रीम, राइट. सो इट build on my land, my building, my medical equipment, everything has to be perfect and all those things. That if you are capable, you have a deep pockets, perfect, do it. But most of us not. How to reduce that cost is first mind change. That setup may not be my dream, but it's a good milestone for my dream. For that to happen, might, if required, we should for a rented premise. No need to buy it. And we will tell you, if you come inside the academy, we will tell you not only the real estate, the whole economy is towards rent economy. Just see around yourself. Just see around yourself. What Uber and Ola is saying, they are saying do not buy a 5 lakh rupees car, take a 500 rupees or 500 rupees ride with driver with insurance. Okay, that's it. What Zomato and all other people are saying to you, they are saying not go to the restaurant, take the home experience and take the food from the hotel, and again rent economy. Even you can find a luggage, transportation luggage for and you cannot buy a big suitcase right now. You can have a luggage because there are startups who are providing it. So whole economy, even the workspace, the co-working space is what? Do not buy a 50 lakh rupees office, come and work and 5,000 rupees, the best of the environment. The whole world is going towards a rent economy, and somehow healthcare is where we are stuck because we work in a silos, we do not talk to other industry and all those things. But there is a transition. Even in Ahmedabad, there is a co-working space for doctors are coming up. So movements is already there in the space. So you really want to reduce your cost to 50%, go for a rented build for long-term lease, at least for 5 years. There should be lock-in period of 3 years for both of you and the owner, so that nothing happens for 3 years, and 5 years it should. And there are few clauses when you come inside. We will tell you few clauses to be there so that it safeguards you. That is one thing. Second is about medical equipment purchase, and again this the last rent wala thing. There is one question people ask that if I move to my permanent place, I will lose my patient and people not come and all. Again, this is a mindset issue. This stage, if you build your brand for 5 years and you move to some periphery location from your central, because now you are good enough, you can build your own setup, 80% people will follow you. Only 20-25% will not go because it is far away, but you will again gain 25% from the new place also. So if your brand is built good enough, people will come finding you. We think that we do not work hard or spend on building the brand. That marketing spend is so painful for us. We have members in community, they are making 5 crore project. But if I ask them to spend 1 lakh rupees on per month on marketing, nobody is doing. Just one lakh is how much percentage of 5 crore? That mindset needs to be done because you are building something which is beyond yourself. Second is medical equipment purchase. Not only real estate, you can have medical equipment lease. There are companies who lease medical equipment. Why to buy it when there is already an offer? There is a refurbished equipment. Buy from a good company, Philips and big companies. Refurbish, medical leasing, buy-in parts, must have and good to have. You can reduce and take advantage of government policies. As a private provider, we feel that there is nothing government is providing or helping, but this is not true. Even in the Gujarat health policy, there are a lot of subsidies for super specialties, for medical equipment, excise duty cuts, import, electricity rebate. There are a lot of things. Only thing, you have to follow the process, apply it and forget it. After 6 months, 1 year, you will get it. So whatever you get, it is money earned, right? So that what government is giving, and accordingly build your structure. Somewhere they will say that you need to have a private limited or LLP, not a partnership will not work. So build your structure accordingly. So before you go, read the policy or take help of any C.
2 points I'll add. That if you are starting a first setup, it is not your dream setup, but market teaches you a lot of things. That things you can learn when you are not invested too much. Right? There will be friends who will become foes, and foes will become a new team gathered. There are so many things. Don't experience. Don't put all the one basket and start a dream. Learn as you grow. Better equipped after 2 years. Venture into
social media. आपने what is your
radio? Perfect. So radio market भी work करता है, but then again you need the radio marketing किस लिए होता है? To understand क्या होता है, आपको क्या लगता है? Sorry?
brand creation.
And what do you mean by brand creation? That is a byproduct. मतलब what is a brand? इसी क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं, फिर बताते हैं रेडियो वाला. What is a brand? Trust. Anything else? What do you mean by brand? When we are saying brand building, what is a brand, first of all? Sorry? Sorry, sir? Self-recognition. So identification, discovery. Yes. Anything else? Quality. Quality. Okay, quality. Your name represents something. Or what is the one thing that defines brand? Why we invest so much on brand? Yes, ma'am? Sorry? Services? Okay. Identity. Identity is there. Okay, so all are right answers. The more the focus, the more important thing why we invest is a term called brand recall. Okay, so if I get a pain in knee, मैं कहाँ जाऊँगा?
Medic के पास.
So the first thing that should come in your mind, that is brand recall, and that is why we spend not so much on brand. तो वो स्पेस है, माइंड स्पेस कस्टमर की, वो लेने के लिए ही फाइट हो रही है. कौन कितना करेगा, फाइट उसी की है, पैसा उसी का स्पेंड है. ब्रांड रिकॉल होना चाहिए तो स्पेंड. नाउ इफ यू थिंक कि ब्रांड रिकॉल मेरा जो से होता है, इट विल वर्क. बट ब्रांड रिकॉल होने के लिए भी ऑन बोmbardment रेगुलर इंटरवल्स पर. बिकॉज अगर आपने एक बार, जैसे बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं डॉक्टर की कैंपेन चला दो, लीड जनरेट. एक बार कैंपेन चलाने से लीड नहीं जनरेट होता, मतलब लीड होगा भी नहीं कुछ. यू टू डू इट रेगुलरली. तो अगर कैंपेन चल भी रहा है रेडियो पे, इट नीड्स टू बी ऑन अ ईयरली बेसिस. आपका पूरा पैकेज लिया, अगेन इट विल रिक्वायर अ डीप पॉकेट्स. उसी पैसे में कैन हैव मल्टीपल इफेक्ट्स ऑन डिजिटल. बट इफ यू हैव multiple things of in a hospital where you are building a brand and you have money, radio is a good format for a city. But
radio
in the starting, not recommended.
Have a they're already
Correct.
story comes.
Correct.
He has heard your video. Before he comes,
MBA में हम लोग इसको बोलते हैं वार्म अप क्लाइंट. तो एक देयर इज अ कोल्ड क्लाइंट, देयर इज अ वार्म क्लाइंट, देयर इज अ हॉट क्लाइंट. कोल्ड क्लाइंट आके आपके पास जो आप बोलते हो ना कि डॉक्टर शॉपिंग करता है, वो कोल्ड क्लाइंट कर रहा है. वार्म क्लाइंट वो होगा who already know about you, know about your services, and how you communicate by the presence on the social media. A person who has seen interacting with patient on YouTube is already warm up कि अच्छा ये तो इतने अच्छे से बात करता है और ये तो ये है, and all this he knows about, and the results you are showing. Results is very important. You are showing results to the people that you are doing. Results भी मालूम है, आपका behavior भी मालूम है, तो already warm. And when you tell he receptive, and somebody who is referred become on hot, सब चीजें click हो गई, all tick marks. When he comes, is already trusting you. Anything else? नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं है अभी तो.
See, the thing is, digital marketing is seen and learned by the learned people, not by the unlearned people.
मैं आपको
Right?
बताता हूँ सर, ऐसा नहीं है
And the
बिल्कुल भी.
learned people, correct, yeah, the learned people know where to go. They don't, I mean, they may see your this thing, but they don't turn up because they know where to go and what to do.
सर का एक्सपीरियंस सही है, लेकिन लास्ट 5 years with Jio coming into the market, the data accessibility so much, and the smartphone, अभी regional language का search and voice search is the highest growing search in the world. The regional language is taking place. अब हम किसी क्लाइंट की अगर वेबसाइट बनवाते हैं तो भी हम बोलते हैं कि उसको लोकल लैंग्वेज में बनाना, तो मल्टीपल लैंग्वेजेस. सो वी हैव बिल्ड अ वन वेबसाइट फॉर डॉक्टर built in 3 language, Hindi, English and Marathi. Okay, so the local language, so next generation जो customers हैं internet के, they are from tier 2 tier 3 city and the periphery of city who are not there, and they talk in their regional language. So if you are providing content in regional language, you are applicable, and people have smartphones. So don't underestimate the power of local people. Already have. If you go to the reels, आप गांव कर लोग रील्स बना रहे हैं. हाउ दे आर मेकिंग रील्स? बिकॉज दे हैव एक्सेसिबिलिटी, दे हैव डेटा, दे हैव a smartphone, they know the world. If you build right now, it will come, and you are building brand for not now, for next 10 years. पूरा ऊपर को पूरा फुल
It's nothing personal, right?
नहीं नहीं
With you both learned. What's your present income and what you used to earn the past? Just a question. Are you earning the same or more than that? No. You are satisfied. Just that's what I want me to say.
no
Is
we
it
are
right?
we are earning 5x is 5x what we were earning.
I don't believe.
We are earning 5x.
Is it true, Dr. Pranav? Or it's just satisfaction?
No,
Come to the point here. Be frank. For me, I'm an onco-oculoplastic surgeon of Gujarat, not Ahmedabad. Day in and day out, there's a lot of struggle. Get a patient.
Sir, I will tell you very frankly what I was earning in Yes Bank in a year. We generate same revenue in a month. That I can at least in a month we are generating that much revenue. That appears very counterintuitive, but anybody can do here. If you follow these systems of digital world, anybody who is doing startup can actually do it. Sir was also not able to believe when we started.
So thank you so much for this wonderful seminar. We have a small felicitation today. So last week we had a very successful conference of the Ahmedabad Medical Association, where there were more than 400 papers and poster presentations by the residents. Now this humongous task was carried out by a few of our very beloved members, and today we would like to felicitate them. I invite Dr. Parth Desai, the CEO of KD Hospital, and Dr. Jitendra N. Patel, a senior member of Ahmedabad Medical Association, to please come on stage and felicitate coordinators. Dr. Sachin Kumar M. Patel, Dr. Dhananjay Singh Gohil, Dr. Zankrut Patel, Dr. Manjeet Nayak, Dr. Smith Kumar Mehta, Dr. Sakar Thummar, Dr. Sachin Kumar A. Patel, Dr. Karan Kumar Desai, Dr. Divyesh Kumar Panchal, Dr. Arpit Gohel, Dr. Arpit Prajapati, Dr. Chetan Parmar, Dr. Pratik Parekh, Dr. Ashish Bojak. I thank Dr. Pranav sir and Amit sir. Thank you for this wonderful, innovative and a very different learning experience. And we look forward to having a collaboration with from the Ahmedabad Thank you so much, and we can now enjoy the teachers' lunch. I'm sure everyone. Thank you so much.
Coordinator of today successful. I also invite all the coordinators or group